With James Dickey, U of A's head coach here at College USA Media Day. Just what are your thoughts for your team this season?
Well, Chris, I'm really excited about our team. We're going to be young. We know we have 8 new guys. We've got some veterans coming back, and Tip, who played the most minutes for us last year. We expect him to provide leadership on and off the court, get to the glass, more of a mid-range game rather than just strictly a spot-up three-point shooter. Landis is a year older. He's really, we think, trimmed down. He's a tough matchup inside out, played well for us. McHale's back. So we expect those guys to really provide leadership. And then, of course, Joseph Young was with us last year, redshirted, had a chance to practice with us every day. We always think that's an advantage. So I know that he's really excited about getting going. People know that he can really score the ball, but we've been impressed with the way that he can handle the ball, pass, get everybody else involved, and he's really worked hard on his defense. And then we welcome all those 5 freshmen, and then the 2 junior college players, and Jonathan Simmons and Leon Gibson. J.J. Richardson will sit out, but we like our mixture of experience and youth.
Who was the leader of the team?
You'd have to look at Darren Thibodeau. Tip, he being an experienced player, a senior. He's the only senior on the team, and we've certainly placed that in his corner to provide us with leadership, work ethic on the court, great example off the court as well, and so we'll depend on him a lot. But as the team emerges, you'll see some other guys that'll be vocal leaders as well.
How will the team be different this season from last season?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, I hope that we can play with a lot more up-tempo offensively. I think at times last year, even though we tried to run, we were lethargic, especially in our half court. We want to give guys a little bit more freedom. We feel like we're a little more skilled in terms of our ball handling. We feel like we've got some guys that can put the ball in the hole. We're still going to have to establish a consistent inside game. I like the players that we have on the front line. We've got Kirk Van Slyke, who I didn't mention, who's coming back as a junior. Kirk's an inside-out player, has gotten stronger, bigger. We need to rely on him inside and outside. McHale, obviously, Landis, and then Leon Gibson, the junior college player. But then Tayshawn Thomas, a very talented freshman who can score inside. He can face up. And then for a guy that's 6'8" plus, really has good ball handling skills, can handle it and pass the basketball.
How quick of an impact do you expect from Jonathan Simmons?
The expectation level from us will be high for him, just because we know the talent level. But we'll also be patient, because when you haven't played in a year, the timing, the pace of the game, getting back into the flow is going to take a little time. But he's a very talented player that we're excited about, that we think that can impact the game on both ends of the floor from a defensive standpoint, and his ability not only to play some at the point and handle the basketball, but also to play off the ball as well. And then he's an explosive athlete who can go rebound.
Of the true freshmen, who would you expect a quick impact from?
Well, we expect all of them to play. When you look at our team and you evaluate what we have and what we don't have, the point guard situation, which I think is a critical part, always is going to be key. J.J. Thompson will have an opportunity to step in there and provide some impact early. I talked about Tayshawn. Stiggers can really shoot the ball. Ron Barnes is a player that is very versatile. He's long and athletic. So we expect a lot of competition in practice and a lot of help from our young guys.
Changes defensively, how much is expected? How much more is expected out of this squad this year than last year?
Well, I expect us to be much more sound defensively, both on the perimeter and on the interior. At times we were good defensively, but at other times we went through areas where that we didn't defend very well, especially on the inside. Gave up too many easy baskets down low and also in transition. So we expect to be better defensively.
Schedule changes, upgrades?
Well, we've got, we're playing LSU's coming back to Hawthorne's, TCU's coming in. We're playing Arkansas to neutral side in Little Rock. We're playing Oklahoma to neutral side in Oklahoma City. So we're trying to upgrade our schedule as best we can, but at the same time, we're going to have to take it one game at a time, try to build on every game where these guys can get some experience and confidence.
What do you think the league's trending in terms of NCAA bids?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Where the league is trending in terms of NCAA bids?
I think certainly the teams last year deserved the two teams. I thought Mike Davis did a great job with his team last year. They were just terrific, and I think deservedly got into the NCAA. Should have been there. I know they didn't play as well in the conference tournament in the first round as the NCAA as they would like to. Memphis was a talented team. UTEP was a team that certainly could have gotten in the tournament. So I think this is a much underrated league with great coaches, talented players. We just need to get more national exposure.
What are your thoughts on the coaches in this conference? And a lot of them have been at some different places, different levels, have found a home here, yourself included. Your thoughts on just the quality of coaches in this conference?
They're outstanding. They can evaluate, they can recruit, and they can coach on the floor. They know how to run a program. They know how to get teams ready to play. They know how to establish a home court advantage, and then also teach guys how to win on the road. So I think it's a very difficult league, a much underrated league. I think we have some of the outstanding coaches in the country in Conference USA.
As a basketball coach, is there a sense of uncertainty, or is it unsettling that you guys don't have a lot of control when it comes to something like conference realignment that your fate's going to be?
Yeah, I think you make a key point, Sam. We don't have any control. What we're trying to do is get our team as best prepared as we possibly can, not only in terms of recruiting, getting the best players in there, but getting them prepared for the conference race, for the non-conference schedule, trying to play as many attractive non-conference games as you possibly can, then make a run at the conference championship and hopefully get in postseason play. But that's something that we're not going to have any say in, we're not going to have any control about, and I certainly don't spend any time worrying about it. I always think the toughest conference is the one that you're in. It's always the hardest to win, and that's the way we're going to approach it.
You're talking about getting more exposure nationally as a conference. Is that just simple as going and win high exposure games, whether it be in a tournament or whether how do you get more exposure?
Well, I don't think that you can just go and play all your games on the road in order to get exposure and have an opportunity to win. So I think television is something that we're excited about with Fox and also with the CBS. The more teams that we can get on television, people watch, I think they get a great sense of how good this league is. So I think the television exposure is a key factor. And then you make an excellent point. Once you get on television, you got to win games. Whether it's in non-conference, you're playing the conference game, the teams that are going to have the chance to get into postseason play and hopefully in the NCAA tournament, it's important to win those marquee, high-profile games.